right about now, now.
What is up, everybody? My name is Chibbi. I'm going to be your host for this evening. Welcome to Right About Now presents the Virtual Slam Head-to-Head edition. We are so excited to bring you a live slam streaming across so many platforms. Drop a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're tuning in here to see a poet specifically, someone that's performing, just let us know. We love to interact. Roche says, woohoo, let's go. And I know for a fact it is like 1 o'clock in the morning where they're at right now. But in any case, we're going to get to it. This is a live head-to-head competition. So for anyone tuning in for the first time or anytime, we're going to break it down. This is what is going to happen tonight, people. We're going to start. We have 8 poets in the back that are eagerly waiting and anticipating to get in this and go up against each other. And so the way that we do this, people, we are going to have 8 poets compete in three single eliminations head-to-head poetry slam rounds in a tournament bracket style matchup. The first round will be a 1-minute round. The second round will be a 2-minute round. And the third round will be a 3-minute round. All rounds have a 10-second grace period. Time starts as soon as the poet engages the screen. There are no time penalties in this virtual slam. When the time is up, the poem is done, and that is all you get. The rules for the slam are that poets may only perform their own original work. No music except the music that you can make with your own body. In the virtual space, props and costumes are allowed. Poets have been randomly paired and ordered for the first round, and then ordered for the subsequent rounds will be decided by a coin flip. Now, the winners will be decided by audience vote. At the end of each bout, we will drop a link in the comments section, and you, the audience, will click on that link and decide which poet won that bout. It is a head-to-head competition. Only one poet can move forward into the next round. The 2 poets that place third place will both win $10 each. The poet that wins second place is going to win $30 each, and first place poet wins $50, which means we are giving away $100 in cash prizes, people. So super excited. Let's find out today. We're going to hear from the following poets in no particular order: Kristi Scribbles, Blupoetres, KaseiD, Bellum, Miss Zany, Blacqwildflowr, Nico Wilkinson, and LeChell the Shootah. Are you all excited? I think you're excited. I see London, Illinois. I see New Jersey. I see Houston. I love it. I love it. We're all here, people. So again, you, the audience, are not just the audience, but the judges. So it's important that you have access to the polls to make the decision as to who is moving on to the next round. So because of that, we have a sacrificial round. A sacrificial round to test your voting buttons, your finger-making machine things. In the sacrificial round, we're going to show you 2 videos of poems, and you're going to vote for which poem you think was the better poem. All other poems that you hear tonight are happening live from all across the world. So let's go ahead and kick things off. Going first in the sacrificial round, here's a poem by Zach Blunt.
I am an expert at doing nothing. I do nothing very well. I am better at doing nothing than most people are at doing anything. Do not undermine my doing nothing. This is a human hard at work. Laying in bed when all you want to do is move can be just as exhausting as running a marathon when all you want to do is stop. I have mastered this art of nothingness. It is a delicate balance between living and not dying while trying not to do either, because trying is an action that disqualifies one from doing nothing. Hoping disqualifies one from doing nothing. Needing disqualifies one from doing nothing. Go ahead. Try it. It isn't easy, is it? Do you see how effortless I make depression look? Can you tell how badly I want to do something about it?
First poem of the evening in our sacrificial round. Going up against that, it's going to be Glory B.
He asks me why I hate men, and I say, when I told you what they did to me, you said boys will be boys. I do not hate men, I am afraid of them. He asks me why I hate men, and I say, I do not hate men, I just hate the way they treat me. He asks me why I hate men, and I say, I do not hate men, I just want them to be held accountable for their actions. He asks me why I hate men, and I say, if I give you a list of all the men that I love, will you believe that I do not hate them? He asks me why I hate men, and I say, I never said I hate men, I said I hate rapists. You're the one who assumed that's what I meant. He asks me why I hate men, and I say nothing, and I say nothing, and I say something, and he asks me again why I hate men, and I say, I do not hate men, I hate this question. I say, I do not hate men, I hate answering this question. I say, I do not hate men, but now, I hate you.
Glory B, second poem in the sacrificial round. So now, audience, it is your turn. It is now, the show is in your hands, essentially. You need to click on the link that we just dropped in the comment section, and then you need to go to the poll, and you need to decide which poem won the sacrificial round. That's what you need to do. See, there's the link right there. Well, you can't click it there, but you can click it down further down in the comment section. If you're watching on Twitter, we can't send comments to Twitter. So we appreciate you watching. You can keep watching on Twitter. But if you want to be part of the show and decide who wins tonight, jump over to our YouTube, because there you can vote. In any case, I only give you guys about a minute. So what are you waiting for? And then let us know who you voted for. I see Roche already voted, but who did you vote for? You, again, you're not just the judges, you're the audience. You have to influence the other judges. Who did you vote for today? This is where you click. This is the link. We're closing the link in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up. Okay, that was it. Sacrificial round. Hopefully everybody's fingers are working. Buttons are doing what they need to be doing. Winning the sacrificial round was Glory B. So, like I said, that was the sacrificial round. That was 2 videos of poems. Everything moving forward is live from someone's bedroom in America. So let's get going on this. Coming up first, this is real. This is live. These are actual human beings sitting in their living rooms, about to bring you fire poetry. So, coming up first in the sacrificial round, not the sacrificial round, the first round, first bout, is Blupoetres. Blupoetres, welcome to the stream. Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you guys from Long Island.
Long Island, all right. Coming up against Blupoetres is going to be Sarah Bellum. Welcome to the stream. Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you guys from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. All right. So, Blupoetres, you are going first in the first bout of round 1, the 1-minute round. The stage is...
She dead. Karen is dead. The pasty president of the Mayo militia was pronounced dead at 4:20 a.m. on National Don't Give a Fuck Day. It's reported that Karen was knocked the fuck out when she tried to call Tyrone to come get his little friends. His 5 fingers had a long conversation with her dry-ass plastic puss. Karen thought she could bring her fuckery to the hood and insisted, "Don't you know who my father is? Hey, illegally blonde 2.5, nobody cares." She chose the wrong one to aggressively pass her bullshit on. The black-handed beat down that was unleashed upon her All Lives Matter muffin top was voted on and approved. With her unseasoned, no taste bud habit, couldn't catch a beat unless it was rammed halfway down her throat, melanin deficient hipped her. You should have just complied, Karen, by leaving all black folks' names out your privileged, lip-injected mouth. Thank you.
That was Blupoetres kicking off round one, bout one, with her 1 minute poem going up against, if you dig that, drop some purple hearts in the comment section, show your support. Going up against that, Sarah Bellum Mental, the stage is your.
I am a problem you can't solve. So how do you expect me to solve your problems for you? Because I am child of convenience. I am child of populating my destiny with your bones. I am child of presenting kindness when I eat cruelty, smile through the chipped teeth, repeat that we are connected through our gums. Pink gums, pulse, Midwestern pride, Chicago accent, nasal discharge every time we talk. Southern liar, sweet tea bleed, coffee, cream, sugar, cries of need, sweet bitterness. Barely breathing endeavors where I come to save you. Parent my parents to progress where they don't fight in between the silence. Tell me that my gums aren't enough to give a damn to save me.
Sarah Bellum Mental on the neon green side. Drop some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that poem. And more importantly, click on the link and go vote for who you think took that round. This is it. This is live, people. There's money on the line. Who will be moving on to round two? Will it be Paching, Blupoetres, or will it be Kapow? Sarah Bellum Mental? One of these two poets is moving on to the next round. Only one. It's head to head. You decide, audience. Click on that link, vote. Let us know who you voted for. Try and influence your other audience members. That's what you got to do. Also, make sure that you are watching the show live. Okay, so if you tuned in late, sometimes you're a bit behind what is actually happening. So make sure you are watching live so that you can actually vote, because we only leave the polls open for about a minute. You've got about 20 seconds left. Speaking of about a minute. 20 seconds. Vote for one of these two poets. Let us know who you voted for. Influence the judges. Do all the thing. Paching and kapow. All right. I see hearts. I see hearts coming through. Oh, yes. I see a mixture of hearts. I love a good gumbo of hearts, as it were. All right, people. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The poll is closed. There will be no more voting. One of these poets is moving on to the next round, and that poet is going to be Blupoetres. Sarah Bellum Mental, thank you for that incredible poem. Blue, we will see you in the next round. Kapow! Just like that. Is that quick, people? Moving on. Bout 2 of round 1. Coming up first on the psychedelic purple side is going to be Blacqwildflowr.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the stream. Where are you joining us from?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas in the house. All right. And going up against Blacqwildflowr is going to be LeChell, the Shootah.
Hey.
LeChell, where are you joining us from?
I'm also in Houston. What's up, sis?
Oh, it's a hometown battle. It's about to get real. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mute LeChell. That means Blacqwildflowr, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, class. Hope you did your homework. Pull out paper. Pop quiz. Question. What is gun control? What is a mask mandate? What do anti-maskers and mass shooters invading schools have in common? Does their freedom of speech trump my freedom to breathe? Does their freedom of speech plus freedom to bear arms equal me dying while teaching? Who has more ammunition, the American teachers or the NRA? Do you think it's right for government to manipulate businesses? Who has more ammunition? You have to think, if I am a Black teacher, then whose legislation will protect me? How much more of a target will I become? Will I be a teacher or taught a lesson? If the anti-maskers could choose your teacher, would they rather it be an unmasked Dylan Roof over me? Extra credit. By the end of the semester, will COVID-19 or bullets bring me out in a body bag?
Blacqwildflowr on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off bout 2 of round 1. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. Going up against Blacqwildflowr, LeChell, the Shootah. The stage is
Money can't buy happiness. Said no broke person ever. Like money, it can't buy happiness, but it damn sure can buy a lot of the things that make you happy. It must be nice to never wonder when your next meal gonna come, when the rent due, to never choose between gas or food. Happiness seem like a rich people problem, because I ain't never known joy to outweigh survival, but I know plenty folks working jobs they hate to buy things they don't really like but need because the good stuff too expensive. Now my white coworker, she say she ain't know poverty till she traveled to India. And ain't that a privilege? Traveling to a country not your own, justifying poverty, while so many of us will leave the only home we've ever known just to escape it. I venture to say that luxury be her favorite pastime, sprinkled in a bit of self-help and motivational quotes like, money can't buy happiness. Well, how about you give me all yours? Then we'll see who still feels good about themselves after.
LeChell, the Shootah on the neon green side. Throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that, people. All right. And then more importantly, go vote. Y'all, this is only round one, bout one. I know it's going to be hard, and it's just going to keep getting harder as the night goes on. So don't come at me with, I can't decide. That's my line. I'm the Gemini in the room, okay? I can't decide. You have to decide. You have to decide who is moving on to the next round, because if you don't let your voice be heard, if you don't vote, you're part of the problem. Okay? Who's moving on? Is it going to be Blacqwildflowr on the psychedelic purple side, or LeChell, the Shootah on the neon green side? Purple or green? Purple or green? It's not like New Mexico where we're deciding between red or green chilies. Red or green chilies. This is purple or green poets. Who's moving on? You have about 30 seconds, people. You already heard the poems. Go with your gut. Go with your instinct. Go with your heart. Don't debate. You don't need to ballotpedia this, okay? You know the facts. There are no alternative facts here. There is no other news source but this source. Make a choice, because you got 15 seconds to do so. And then come back and let us know. Let us know who you voted for. Kiara wants them to do another round. That's it, people. That's it. This is all we got. You can come back in 2 weeks to see another round. But right now, you need to make a choice between these two. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Singular sensation. Every little step she takes. One of these awesome poets is moving on to the next round. LeChell, the Shootah, is moving on to the next round. Congratulations, LeChell. Blacqwildflowr, thank you for that incredible poem, LeChell. We will see you in the next round. Okay. LeChell wasn't even sure that I was calling their name out because I was singing it. In any case, round 1, bout 3. Here we go. Coming up first on the psychedelic purple side is going to be Nico Wilkinson. Nico, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Colorado Springs, Colorado. All right. And going up against Nico is going to be Miss Zany. Welcome to the stream. Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you all from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. All right, here we go. Here we go. We know how it goes in round 1. Psychedelic purple always goes first. So, Nico, the stage is.
The dyke from 10th grade grows up to be a coyote, not just because it eats pussies in suburban backyards, but rather how it haunts the edge of night and is reviled in that way that inconvenient, inedible things are reviled. Softness worn into wire, wire worn into a trail of bones. Every time a naive boy calls it a good dog, he ends up with a jumped fence, his heart buried in the backyard. It wasn't hungry. It just wanted to prove its row of points. It was just sick of being seen as a sleeping animal on the living room floor. The line between sleeping and rug is too thin. It knew all those boys wanted was its skin.
Nico Wilkinson on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off bout 3 of round 1. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. And get ready on the neon green side for Miss Zany. The stage is yours.
Sorry doesn't mean a damn thing if you got caught. It doesn't mean a damn thing if someone tells you to do it, even when you don't feel moved to do so. Yeah, you're sorry, a sorry sack of shit. And if you sit in it long enough, it stops smelling. So sorry doesn't mean a goddamn thing unless you plan to change.
Miss Zany coming through on the neon green side. Make sure you throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. But more importantly, you know what to do. Click on the link. Click on the link and go vote, because one of these poets is going to move on to the next round and win some money. Everyone that moves on to round 2 is guaranteed to walk away with some money. So you have to decide who's going to get lunch money today. Is it going to be pew, 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 Nico on the psychedelic purple side, or meow, 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 Zany on the neon green side? Who's it going to be, people? Have you voted? What are you waiting for? It's just you. No one will know who you voted for. This is the link. And then come back and let us know who you voted for. I mean, that's the only way we're going to know, is if you tell us. But if you tell us, then you can influence the other judges, right? And then maybe they also will vote, because maybe they too are Geminis and can't make up their mind. And they'll be like, you know what? So-and-so voted for this poet. I too will vote for this poet because I can't make a single decision to save my life. Anywho, you're not my therapist. What am I doing? Come on, people. I need y'all to click on that link and vote, because you are the key to success. You hold the future in your hands, at least the future of one of these 2 poets. Actually, the future of both of these poets, because one will win money and the other one will have to come back next month and try again. Who's it going to be, people? I'm going to give you about 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. These are Texas seconds, people, just so you know. This is how slow time moves in Texas. 2 seconds. 1. We done. That's it. No more voting. Polls are closed. Polls are closed, which means moving on to round 2 is going to be Nico. Miss Zany, thank you so much for that incredible poem. Nico, we'll see you in the next round. Here we go. Final bout of round 1. Final bout of the 1-minute round. Coming up first on the psychedelic purple side is going to be KaseiD. KaseiD, where are you joining us from?
From Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas in the house. All right, going up against KaseiD on the neon green side is going to be Kristi Scribbles. Welcome to the stream. Where are you joining us from?
I am in upstate New York.
Okay. Oh, another New York versus Texas bout. Here we go. Psychedelic purple always goes first in round 1. So KaseiD, the stage is yours.
All right. Connect 4. Damn, I wish we connect more. The dots are changing. How do we keep the lines we drew between from fading? My vision's still blurred. Everything's wavy, thrown on a list with a bullet. Whether it's a dead subject, well, that's up for your own interpretation, because I still care whether you are here or there in your bed right before sleeping. What we had was special to me. It's mine for the keeping.
KaseiD kicking off the final bout of round 1. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. Going up against Casey on the neon green side, Kristi Scribbles. The stage is yours.
My 1-minute poem. 1 minute might seem like a long time, but when it comes to my words, my pen, it feels like no lines at all. It feels like so short, you know, kind of short, kind of frightening, kind of intimidating. That 1 minute to say something, to make something, to speak something. What should I say? What something should I speak about? So many somethings happening. How can I pick just one thing so completely fucked up that isn't unjust, that isn't mind-blowingly blowing my head to the outermost galaxies as I watch screens of madness What can I talk about, speak about, write about for 1 minute about? What should my 1 minute be about? About the hate, about the systems of repression, of the patriarchal possessions, of infinite protections, of mind-numbing obsessions, of those 1 minute lessons. Does the 1 minute lesson, does the meaning of this poem or what's inside it, this 1 minute of this knowing, the minute of this growing inside the minute of my poeming? Thank you.
Kristi Scribbles in the 1 minute round on the neon green side. Y'all throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that, and then go vote. Just like that. Boom. The timer has started. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. One of these two poets is moving on to the next round. You, the audience, decides who it's going to be. Your local polling place is right here. Bing. You don't even have to leave your house. Look at that. So never mind all these voter suppression laws in Texas that are banning 24-hour voting. You can do it right here from your phone or from your computer or from your tablet or from the chip that was implanted in your arm when you got the vaccine. You have access to these polls and you have about 20 more seconds. Come on, people. Click on the link. Go vote. You know what to do. Who's moving on to round 2? Is it going to be KaseiD on the psychedelic purple side or Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side? People, you get to make that decision, but you only have 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Why do you wait to the last minute? You know the lines are going to be long. You know people are going to be nagging you. Okay, polls are closed. I'm done. We're not waiting for stragglers here, people. One of these poets is moving on to round 2, and it's going to be one of you. It's going to be Kristi Scribbles. KaseiD, thank you so much for that poem. Kristi Scribbles, we'll see you in the next round. Wah! And just like that, round 1 is done. That's the lightning round. That is the 1 minute round. We're going to get into the 2 minute round here in just a minute. But brief announcement. In case you're sitting there at home and you're thinking to yourself, this is awesome. I have poems. I want a chance to win some money for my poems. How do I sign up to be on the virtual slam? Well, it's quite simple. All you have to do is become a supporter of Right About Now on the Facebook page. You go to facebook.com/WAN Poetry, and you click on the little blue button that says Become a Supporter. It's only $4.99 a month. You start a free trial. You can cancel anytime. And for $4.99 a month, you get access to compete in these virtual slams. You get access to our weekly writing groups. You get discounts if you attend the live shows. You get discounts on merchandise. You can get reimbursed for your submission fees. There's so much that can happen for only $4.99 a month. And let me put this into perspective. Whoever wins tonight's slam will have 10 months of their membership paid for. So basically, we're paying you to be members. Why? Because we want to hear your incredible poetry. So not now, when the show's over, go to facebook.com/WAN Poetry, click on the little blue button, become a supporter, because this virtual slam is expanding to something much, much bigger with a lot more money on the line. More details to come. In any case, let's get into round 2, people. Here we go. The 2 minute round. Coming up on bout 1 of round 2 on the psychedelic purple side, it's going to be Blupoetres. Welcome back to the stream. And on the neon green side is going to be LeChell, the Shootah. So now that we have you both here, let's figure out who's going to go first. Heads, psychedelic purple goes first. Tails, neon green goes first. Flip, catch, land. Is going to be tails. So that means LeChell, the Shootah. The stage is.
There's a political debate on if critical race theory should be taught in schools. One side says the kids are too young to learn about racism, and Black folks wonder, well, how young is too young for our children to experience it? My daughter was 4. The first time she told me when people look different, other people don't like them. At 6, a little white girl in gymnastics said that her dad can't be around because he's Black, so he must be in prison. At 7, another one said the brand new earrings she got for ballet recital would look better on white skin. So you see, race be more than just theory for the little Black kids to talk about. more than a concept for their parents to explain. My daughter hops out the car every day for school, says, "I love you, Mom," and promises to be kind to everyone. But at the end of the day, she gets back in and asks, "Mom, why are the Peach kids so mean?" Now me, all the black ass mama that I am, I go down to the school, the daycare, the gym, ready to black ass mama rage, but internalize all the theories on how black ass women behave. So instead, I turn up my survive. I turn down all this black. I switch on the code switch. I'm collected. I speak calm and cool. I don't defend my child the way the white parents do, because maybe I won't make it back, or maybe I'll get back into the stereotype that my ghetto ass ain't raising my daughter right, when really I'm just trying to defend her right to be left the fuck alone. But here they go, debating critical race theory in the school while I'm grappling with how critical race be to my entire existence, crying while I'm consoling my daughter when the beige people and they dusty ass kids bring her to tears, even after she promises to be kind to everyone. So here's a theory. Fuck them schools and them raggedy racist ass kids too.
LeChell, the Shootah on the neon green side, kicking off bout 1 of round 2, the 2-minute round. Throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. Going up against LeChell on the psychedelic purple side, Blupoetres. The stage is...
For when they ask him why he doesn't buy his wife tulips. Why did they accuse him of wrongdoing? Because he picked a tulip, mama. It caught his eye on the side of the road. The temperature just warmed up. Flies were buzzing around. But who did he traumatize? He didn't traumatize anyone, mama. Not like Central Park 5, who collectively spent 13 years in prison for crimes they did not commit. I'm not sure I have this right. Why did they call the cops? Because he picked a tulip, mama. He was just sitting at the bus stop. The pretty yellows, purples, and reds reminded him of Big Mama's tapestries. But who did he hurt? He didn't hurt anyone, mama, not like Adam Lanza, who opened fire on children his age in Sandy Hook. I don't think I understand. Why was he arrested? Because he picked a tulip, mama. He's a baby, a little boy of 6. They do things like that, touch things that sparkle or smell nice. Tulips smell real nice to sweet little boys. But who did he maim? He didn't maim anyone, mama. Not like Daniel Hotzclaw, who preyed on and raped African-American women with his badge on. I cannot comprehend. Why was he brought in front of a judge? Because he picked a tulip, mama. His friends were chucking rocks. Big kids were cussing and smoking. He wanted to do something nice. But who did he kill? He didn't kill anyone, mama. Not like all the officers of unarmed black men, women, and children who used their privilege as time served. I must be misinformed. Why did they do this to my son? Because he picked a tulip, mama. Because he's a little black boy, mama. Because he has to learn there's no place for his innocence, mama. Because America does not want him to grow up to one day buy his wife tulips. That's why, mama. That's why.
Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side, closing off bout 1 of round 2. People, the show is now in your hands. You decide how we move forward. And you do that by clicking on the link and going to go vote. One of these two poets get to go. I know both are rocking it. Someone can't stop snapping. I see Mardi Gras colors in the comment section, but you got to pick one. We've dropped the link. I've started the timer. You have to pick who is moving on. You decide the fate of these two poets. This is one of those choose your own adventure books, right? But the difference is here, you can't take a sneak peek at page 72 to see what happens and then choose to go to page 43 instead. You have to make just one decision. One decision. The decision is yours. And you have about 30 seconds to make it. So make sure you are clicking on that link. Make sure you are clicking on that link and voting. Maybe come back and tell us who you voted for, who you think should win. Maybe you don't have to disclose your vote, right? Voting is a private matter, right? You don't have to disclose your vote, but you can tell us who you believe should be the winner, who you think other people should be voting for, because you only have about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to close the polls. People, why are you waiting? Bufum. I don't know what bufum means, but I'm going to use it. So who's moving on? I see. Both, that can't happen. It's not going to happen. One of these poets is moving on, and we're going to find out in 5, 4, 3, 2. Polls are closed. Okay. Yep. Difficult. It's difficult every time, and it's going to get even more and more difficult. So moving on to the final round, the 3-minute round is going to be one of these two poets. These two poets. It's gonna be LeChell the Shooter. Moving on to the final round. Blupoetres, thank you for your incredible poems. LeChell, we will see you in a moment. Okay, here we go. Last bout before the final round. Last competition in our 2-minute round. Coming up first on the psychedelic purple side, Nico Wilkinson comes back to the stage. Going up against Nico on the neon green side is going to be Kristi Scribbles. So let's go ahead and get us where we need to be. Gonna grab my coin. Heads, psychedelic purple goes first. Tails, neon green goes first. Flip, catch, land. Pew! Heads. So that means Nico. The stage is yours.
Thoughts on starting testosterone. I only know of dogs who, if they fear one gender, fear men. Since I have grown out my hair, these dogs are no longer afraid of me. Recently, I was working in the yard. I bent down, and when my hair, blonde then as my mother's, fell across my face, I watched a black widow crawl up the strands. I shook her down and let her live. When my goats cry to me in the morning, it sounds like they're yelling, "Mom!" And this is one of the best roles I have ever played. Weekends roll around and I get Sunday dad energy. I want to make everyone pancakes. I want to build a birdhouse. I want to bow down on my knees before my tomato plants and work. I put my hand on my hip and one on the hose. If it's hot, I am shirtless. I imagine burning until I am ash, the ultimate transition. I imagine smoldering away into something solid and strong in the cold covenant of night, of those who can walk alone, stone-faced and safe. What does the absence of fear feel like? I ask the dogs that look at my silhouette and see only tenderness. They say, it feels like howling all night long, knowing you won't get put down for it.
Nico Wilkinson on the psychedelic purple side. Kicking off the final bout of the 2-minute round. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were digging that poem. Coming up on the neon green side, Kristi Scribbles. The stage is
So lucky you are to have me here in your life at your disposal to help with the loads and clean all your clothes. How lucky you are for me in your life at your beck and call to rid of the dirt and grime of the day's gatherings of life's wear. You don't even know it, you don't even show it, you don't seem to care. How primed, how pampered, how privileged you are to have me here with you in your home. In your own space, within the space of you, with water that runs from pipes in the ground that allow me to work and to clean and make life, oh, so much easier. Why can't you see me? How lucky you are to have me here, to work with you in tandem, in relationship, in gratitude, always complaining and putting me off, annoyed by my work. Where's the gratitude? Where's the thankfulness? Where's the honor? The honor to work together, to be productive, to give thanks for me, to give that back to me, give that energy to me of sitting in gratitude and changing your attitude. Stop complaining, stop procrastinating, stop overlooking me and the privilege it is to know me, to own me, to use me. Just thank me and be aware of me in the ways in which you are so lucky, in the ways in which I change your life, and in the ways in which others do not have me inside their homes to wash their dirt and make their lives easier. I just need that. The gratitude, the attitude, and thankfulness and kindness. In tandem, we work together, we live together, we clean together, a team. We are a team together. I just need to be seen and acknowledged and thanked. Need me, use me, wash with me, but thank me. Just thank me. Sincerely. Whirlpool model WTW 4816FW1. P.S. We need more detergent.
Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side, closing out the 2-minute round. I'm handing over the show to the audience. Yet again, you are in control, people, because one of these two poets is moving on to the final round, and you get to decide which poet it's going to be. Is it going to be Nico Wilkinson on the psychedelic purple side, or Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side? That was my best washing machine impression, and it was not very good. In any case, one of these two poets is moving on, and you have to decide. You, the audience, make a choice. We dropped the link in the comment section. You click it now and vote for one of these two poets, because one walks away with $10, which is great, but one of them could walk away with $50. And you get to decide who has that opportunity to walk away with the big money. So who's it going to be? You got about 10 more seconds, people. I don't know why you're still waiting. I still see some Mardi Gras hearts coming through in the comment section. Got to pick one. Only one. There can be only one. Only one Kenobi. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Polls are closed. Polls are closed, which means moving on to the next round is gonna be one of these poetry people. It's gonna be Nico Wilkinson. Thank you so much for the incredible poems, Kristi Scribbles. Nico, we will see you in literally like 10 seconds. Okay, here we go, people. This is it. This is time for the big one. So hopefully you all are ready. I told you it just gets harder and harder as the night goes on. So you have to decide who's going to win the big money. This is the final round. Let's get into it. Okay. Final round. We are going to take LeChell the Shootah on the psychedelic purple side and Nico Wilkinson on the neon green side. Heads, psychedelic purple goes first. Tails, neon green goes first. Flip, catch, land is going to be heads. The final round, the 3-minute round. LeChell the Shootah, the stage is yours.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Scientific studies have shown that water not only has memories, but that its properties can be affected by the emotions of people. People are made up of about 60 to 70% water. Babies spend the first 9 months of development in amniotic fluid, primarily made up of water, facilitating exchange between mother and fetus. So when Black folks say trauma in the Black community is passed along, what we mean to say is we are quite literally birthed in it. That the first time we learn to wade through these waters and hold on to life is through its breaking. Black folks know broken waters. It is no coincidence that the first breath on foreign soil came at a cost of cutting the cord to culture, that much of it sank to the bottom of the Atlantic, and all that remains is that which survived the wading. But the waters did not have enough. My grandmother can still remember thirsting for the water on a plantation. begging for its mercy in the streets, craving its coolness on a hot summer's day in South Carolina when Black folks were not allowed. Did you know that Black children are 10 times more likely to die from drowning? We still do not enjoy wading in the waters, and the waters can still remember swallowing us whole. It's been over 2,920 days, and there are still folks in Flint who do not have clean drinking water. Over 15 years later, and the people of New Orleans can still remember the rampage of Katrina. Did you know that environmental racism is actually a thing? That it be no coincidence that one of the Blackest cities rests below the sea level and its crumbling levees, that most Black communities still struggle to access clean water, that it always comes at a cost that most of us be too poor to afford. They tell us to wade in the water. And I want to believe that we can do more than just float. Learn to swim to the shores of safety, that these waters still be a route to freedom. But did you know that scientific studies have shown that water not only has memories, but that its properties can be affected by the emotions of people? Black people have been crying a sea of tears, holding on to memories too painful and too present to be forgotten. And perhaps this is why the waters are still raging with us and sometimes against us. But either way, we are still the ones left waiting for the tides to change.
LeChell, the Shootah on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off the final round, the 3-minute round, the big money round. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that. Coming up against LeChell on the neon green side, Nico Wilkinson. The stage is yours.
This is a poem in which the word COVID-19 is replaced by capitalism. In the wake of capitalism, it is dangerous to get too close to others. Remember to distance yourself, but don't let this virus stop you from living your life. You can't wait out capitalism, though it can't live without you milling about. Capitalism relies on its ability to latch onto and spread through communities of living organisms. In that way, it is not alive. It does not experience want, but it will take your life anyway. Serious symptoms of capitalism include difficulty breathing, a constant pressure on your chest, exhaustion, and confusion. In the worst case scenario, capitalism will kill you. Capitalism is currently having a resurgence. People are screaming to go back to work straight into each other's mouths. After all, capitalism does best when you don't care about others, when you don't think about pre-existing conditions until it leaves you with pre-existing conditions. Some days, I wake up for a few minutes. I forget that capitalism is even a thing. I step out of bed, and for a few blissful moments, there is no gaping maw that politicians are trying to sacrifice us to. I forget about the fear of poverty at my heels. I sit on my porch. I drink my coffee. Birds chirp. Spring's here. And then I look at my newsfeed and remember capitalism is out there waiting to swallow us whole. May we lay our loneliness down as a sacrifice rather than our lives. May we create a world in which no one needs to die, so that one day when we come together and we hug and we kiss and we hold hands, we may no longer be carriers, but human instead. May we outlive capitalism before it outlives us.
Nico Wilkinson on the neon green side with the final poem of the night. I am so glad I'm not an audience member. All right, people, we have dropped the link in the comment section. You need to go click on it. And you need to vote and decide who won that round and ultimately tonight's competition. Will it be LeChell the Shootah on the Psychedelic Purple side, or doom, 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 doom. Nico Wilkinson on the Neon Green side. One of these poets is walking away with some big money. The other poet's walking away with some medium-sized money. And we already gave some small money away, but one of them is walking away with the title of winner of the night. So who's it going to be, people? I'm going to give you an extra 15 seconds because I know just how hard this decision is. It's the final round. You've heard 3 poems from both of these poets, and now you have to decide who wins the night. Let us know who you think should win the night. Influence your other audience members. That's what you do. Yeah, Lauren, I agree. Both are amazing poets, but only one can win. Choose wisely. Yes, this is a very rough decision. I know. Will it be Neon Green? Will it be Psychedelic Purple? You got 5, 4, 3, 2. 1. Okay, that's it. I gave you the extra time. We are closing the polls, people. We have closed the polls. And only one poet is walking away with the big money. Tonight's winner of the virtual slam, walking away with $50 cash, is gonna be, can I get a drum roll, please? Brrr, LeChell the Shootah. We have a winner. Thank you so much, Nico, for the incredible poems tonight. LeChell, congratulations. Do you have anything to say to your adoring fans?
Nah, I thought Nico had me. That poem was fire. I thought they had me. So thank y'all. I was surprised that time. Thank y'all.
All right. Well, congratulations, LeChell. Thank you so much for all the poetry that you shared tonight. And thank you, audience members, for tuning in tonight. You make the show possible. You are the judges. You decide the winners. You drive the energy with all your comments. We couldn't do this show without you. So thank you for tuning in. Once again, if you want a chance to compete in these slams, or you just want to be part of an incredible community that is growing online, because the pandemic isn't over just because you're over it. So you can join us at facebook.com/WAM Poetry. Become a supporter for only $4.99 a month. You get access to a plethora of benefits. I won't go into all of them. They are listed on the page. And like I said earlier, big things are coming for the virtual slam. We are expanding, and to be part of that, you got to be a member. So do that as soon as the show is done, which is basically now. My name is Chibbi. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be your host. Y'all stay safe.